that we will do once we are live. As Shivam is saying, we are live now. Good evening, welcome to the Dugout. As the ICC Bangladesh situation carries on, as and when we'll have updates for you, we'll keep bringing that up on Sports Today. But we're back discussing cricket, and it's not great news. The day didn't start with great news. Tilak Varma, who's been one of the mainstays of the Indian T20 team, has had a freak injury. He's had to go through surgery. What does the future hold for him? What does it mean for the T20 team? Will he make it? Will he not make it? If he can't make it, who are the replacements you can look at? All of those things is something that needs attention, and so we will be talking about it.
Until now, this thought hadn't crossed my mind, but the moment that you said freak injury, it took me back to Shoaib Akhtar's injury in which the details.
Yeah. We have already, so they've also given the details only.
But nothing's been officially sort of put out and all.
No,
Yeah, but reportage, the board has not said anything, na?
Yeah, but excuse me, good that you brought that point, and that is something that I want to say. When has board ever said anything?
That's why Pakistan Cricket Board too, and the player,
would you rather
player concerned had a problem with that.
Yes, because you didn't need to spell it out the way they did it in Shoaib Akhtar's case.
Yeah.
But at least I'll still give them credit that they were transparent enough to let people know
They
that
were
there
too
is an injury.
transparent, but
They were
sure.
too. But that's still a better
Better
position.
thing than being opaque.
Yes, please tell me. I just want to know, and this is on a serious note. I want to know, since you touched upon that, that's a thought I had. So this Tilak Varma story, board hasn't given any information. We have confirmed it, and we will, that's why, discuss on that as we go forward. But I had a question, because you were talking about board letting us know about things. I think there was a press release by the English Cricket Board today. And that press release is about how they have taken note of their disappointing performance in the Ashes. They are going to set up a review committee. They're going to go through everything. They're going to look at player performances. They're going to look at the culture that the team has. There have been other issues also that have been reported outside the cricketing field. The style of cricket that they are playing. Everything is going to be reviewed, which means that it is an admission on the board's part that everything is not right and it needs to be addressed. And that has been put out. My question to you is, India has gone through its worst phase in Test cricket at home. 2 series losses. Whitewashes at that. Has anyone from the board, and you are telling me they are transparent or not, has anyone even expressed concern that there is an issue? It should have ideally come out. I'm not saying you need to take very hasty decisions and fire everyone. I'm not even saying that. But what needed to have been done is that there should have been an official statement that should have come out from the board, understand by the secretary or the president or whoever, that this is a tough phase for Indian cricket. We've suffered 2 back-to-back whitewashes at home, something that's never happened in the history, and we are concerned about India's test form, and in due course we will be addressing those issues. Those issues have been identified, or we will or you could have announced a committee. We've put together a committee of 3 former cricketers or whatever, or 2 administrators that are going to look deep into the matter, interview the relevant people, and get to the bottom of it, of why India has had this slump, right? Something should have come out. When you don't mention anything, that means you don't care. What you did, one thing got over. Forget this is done. Let's focus on what is next now. What is coming? Oh, this team is coming, let's play. Forget this, we have to organize the next series now. IPL is happening. Auctions are happening. You're going on about the business, you're not even bothered. We all make fun of English cricket, of how, they're bombastic and they say this and they do that. Look at their performance. We make jokes, we laugh about them. At least they have done accountability. They have accepted there is a mistake and it needs fixing, and they will get to the bottom of it. In Indian cricket, that's not happened. So forget about a release for Tilak Varma in injury. There has been no release That's why I said Tilak Varma is an individual player, and then they might say, "Arey media, why do we have to inform? It's an internal thing. We'll do whatever," which I don't believe in, but they can still say. But test series losses you've lost. Have you answered to the fans? Forget media or whatever. Have you answered to the fans? Have you conveyed your concerns to the fans? Have you reassured the fans that yes, we have taken note of it and we are trying to find solutions or trying to identify solutions? None of that has been done.
You're talking about this Tilak thing. It took some deep digging and reportage to find out that Sai Sudarshan had picked up an injury and that he was at the COE, the Center of Excellence. And you're like, wait, when did he suffer this injury again? And why are you hearing about it only now? And this is someone who was part of the test teams. There was a first choice 11 guy, not even like a squad member. And you need to hear about it through sources and reports. That's a fact. The lack of transparency is very, very weird.
But you have a full media team, na? There are multiple media managers, media team. There is, see, in a 2 decades, 3 decades earlier, BCCI wasn't really a professional organization. It was a honorary job that a lot of businessmen or politicians would take those places, and you barely had any professionals working. But now for the last 10 odd years, you have professionals. You have general managers, CEOs, media managers, content creators, everything is in place.
Even your selectors is no longer on the
Yes,
job,
they get paid.
paid.
So why can't, that's what I'm trying to say, why can't that information be forthcoming? And as I said, cricket is somebody's personal fiefdom. It's not, right? Cricket in India is today because of only one reason alone, and that's the fans. It's the fans that have made the game. The money that BCCI has, it's not they are running a business, no, that they came up with a great idea. They came up with an app like Zomato or Blinkit, and so they are making money out of it. If tomorrow Zomato, Blinkit doesn't answer to a lot of people, that's fine. They are only answerable to their shareholders. They don't answer to the public at large. That's fine, because it's their idea, their business, their shareholders who pumped in the money, they have to answer. In Indian cricket, each person is a shareholder because we spend money for our broadcast. We pay. That broadcast money, the broadcaster collects through subscription from all of us, through ad money, because we are the consumers, all of it. That money goes to BCCI, and BCCI has all this money to run the sport. The day the fans are out, the sport is dead, buried, finished. So you are answerable to every fan who follows cricket. Why don't they answer? That's my point. They run it like a personal family-run business with 10 people. Fans need to know that Sai Sudarshan, that Tilak Varma went through injury. Hardik Pandya got injured in the Asia Cup final. After that, when will he be fit? Will he not be fit? No wonder you have a Mohammad Shami saying, that's where also the other issues, one, your fans don't get to know. The other issue is you can conveniently pick and drop a player saying he's not fit, he's not available. Whereas a player may still be fit, he may be playing, but you will put that thing forward because we know that there is and by the way, talking about profession, there is an NCA. Right, there is a center of excellence. There is a full medical team there that assesses every player. Every player has to go there. Clearly, that medical team prepares a report, gives it to the BCCI. That thing is happening. We know that thing is happening, but that information is not let out. Why? Is it a
state
private?
Secret.
No, that's
it's
what
a
I'm saying.
state secret.
Yeah, but
the BCCI has made for far too long. In fact, time immemorial, I would say, things have, again. We may be in a democratic world, etc., but the BCCI for sure doesn't believe in making things transparent and democratic. That is for certain. When has the BCCI ever been? I will just give one thing to the BCCI, and that's courtesy, I would say, Ajit Agarkar, that thank goodness you're making it look like some sporting unit. Otherwise, things would be down to the whims and fancies, and not just of one person, perhaps just individuals out there, because everyone can just run their show the way that they like. When it was the previous chief selectors, at times before a big tour, a press conference would happen here in Delhi or in Mumbai.
No, there were no press conferences.
Or journalists would still be called, or still be called and read the names out, in a private space and all, whatever. I'm saying that from that we moved to a time where at least there is a press conference that takes place. Not just for bilaterals or for marquee tournaments. There are these press conferences that happen in the middle. I like that. Welcome move.
That's the bare
But this
minimum.
is exactly.
That's a bare minimum. They're not doing us any
favors. This is not throwing breadcrumbs to the fans. This is what the BCCI, the stakeholders, owe to the people of this country. This is what they owe to the fans. English cricket has done good by putting out such a release. In fact, what is of importance is that they've done it immediately after losing, after that stamp of defeat was put.
How many months since we lost to New Zealand at home?
More than a year.
More than a year.
How many
November,
months since we lost to South Africa?
A
couple of months.
Nothing has been said. It's not there. Tilak Varma, they're expecting too much. One particular player, they'll tell you, or injury. And again, he's not some random player. He's part of your
11.
It's your first choice number 3.
Yeah.
11.
And your World Cup is, you're worried about that, how will we shift Bangladesh matches? There's not much time left. How will we do that? No, boss, there's not much time left. We also want to know if Tilak Varma will be fit or not. Come out and say it in the open. If not, are you thinking of a replacement? Come and say it out in the open.
Give some indication of something.
No, as I said, I'm expecting too much to tell us replacement and all. They've not even told us he's injured.
This is, I think this is just taking things for granted. I'm sorry, there is no better way of saying that. And for far too long, the Indian cricket fan has been taken for granted. At some point, I would say that, for other issues, non-cricketing issues, social issues, political issues, whatever, I still feel that, at times, the citizens also responsible for not holding the powers that be accountable enough or not asking enough questions at times. I do feel at times we as a society also get into a bit of a hole and we're not doing enough in terms of poor services, poor this, poor that, so many other things. But when it comes to cricket, the cricket fan is always asking questions. The cricket fan is always interested. But those questions will fall on deaf ears. A blind eye will be turned to such issues.
What can the fan do? What is there? He's not empowered enough.
The fan is very...
what can he do? He will still watch the World Cup. He will still watch the IPL. The TV rates will be high. He will pay the money to watch those games. BCCI will keep making money. That's why I'm saying the only way things can change is if the fans react in some way which hurts them. But how
vote with their
that?
remote.
But
vote with their remote.
They will all want to watch. They know that.
That's the thing.
They know that. It cannot, there is no recourse available for the fan. I'll give an example. Our stadiums are the worst stadiums in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
In terms of fan watching experience.
It's terrible.
There are other countries that you'll see which may not have that great infrastructure like India does. I agree. But fan watching experience, and I've covered cricket in every part of the world. If you're a fan, India is the last place you want to go to a cricket ground. There's so many hassles till today, and you don't make it viable for anyone to take their family to watch. It's such a painful experience.
Correct.
Yet there is fight over tickets. Yet people want to go. So they know that.
The demand and supply game.
That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter.
And that gives them the power to mistreat the fan and take the fan for granted.
So they will keep giving you substandard stuff. The fan will still keep coming. In other countries, you go there, it's a carnival atmosphere, great food available, it's a
prices.
family picnic. I'm talking about even countries like Sri Lanka and all. It's a great watching experience there. I'm not even looking at the Australias, the New Zealands, the South Africas,
Dreamland,
the Englands of the world. West Indies also, amazing fan experience.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You hear how loud the fans get. It's because they are trying to cultivate that fan experience. In fact, we're talking about how stadiums are. One of the reasons, and this is a thing. Can you ever, watching a cricket match in any stadium, distinguish or tell apart in any way whether you're watching a match in New Delhi, Mumbai, etc.? You can't. Because most of those stadiums are ancient. The fact of the matter is, if you're looking at stadiums which even in olden times, they were built keeping broadcast in mind to an extent. We haven't done that. We have ugly stadiums. I'm sorry. When we were
uglier than the stadium.
Our very own. When we were there for the Messi thing, and I'm sitting, media box is a great view, but I'm watching, I'm like, I hate seeing those crooked lines. What sort of a view are you giving your fans? Terrible.
That box also is, by the way, dilapidated.
Yeah, of course. It's
dilapidated.
I'm just saying the view was nice. I'm not complimenting how bad the box is. The box was bad.
Stadium is rubbish.
Yeah. And there is
also Northern Belt, so very easy. You were talking about how ancient they've always. One common trait as well. The branding.
Of course.
Advertisement was much the same.
Let's get down to Tilak Varma. What's the latest on him?
There is so much latest at this point, you don't know who to
This
believe.
latest one
No,
and
this
latest
to you are
two.
confirming na. This to you are confirming na.
Latest one and latest two there is.
This to you are confirming na that he is injured. He's gone through a surgery.
Yeah.
So
That
please,
is confirmed.
Please tell our viewers.
So-
So, since BCCI won't.
Yeah, because since BCCI won't and it falls to us to do the job, basically what happened is that he was feeling some intense pain, and there's no better way to say this, in his testicles, and he was eventually diagnosed with something called testicular torsion, which requires immediate surgery. And he underwent the surgery, everything is good there, but a quick Google search will tell you that recovering from this sort of injury, getting back on your feet, would take you about 3 to 4 weeks, because it takes you 2 weeks of not actually doing anything, and then the third week you can start walking around and stuff, but you cannot engage in heavy activities that include sports.
So, and then let's say 4 weeks when you can indulge in heavy activity. Also, you can't just put on, you have to be match fit. Remember, you
Exactly.
do that, you get them to play a few games. So, I mean, basic Google search that Sher is talking about, you're looking at somewhere around 5 weeks odd for a player to be playing a sport, 5 to 6 weeks. How far are we away from India's first match?
Exactly a month.
Yeah.
Actually, you would
that's
have
4
played.
weeks.
You would have played your first match by now.
Yeah, so typically, as we are standing, you're 4 weeks away, and 5 to 6 weeks is the bare minimum that traditionally, or based on past examples, a player or any individual takes to recover from this sort of injury, as Shane talks about, is a good 5 to 6 weeks, which means he may miss certain parts of the tournament. As things stand right now, is what we've picked. And is that also what lots of media is reporting, that this will be the recovery time?
That's generally what we got to hear from our own inputs, and even if you're talking about what I've read elsewhere, yes, 3 to 4 weeks is at least the bare
3 to
minimum
4.
time.
3 to
right?
4.
No, but 3 to 4 is when he
starts
can.
actually
But how do you put him in a
Agreed.
tournament
Exactly.
straight?
Agreed.
Right?
You have
3 to
to-
4, there's one thing.
So there is a risk of him being unavailable for certain part of the tournament for
Correct.
India. That's a real threat. But you've also heard very
Yeah.
different
There-
version. So what's the other
There is
version?
a different interpretation of this whole episode as well, and you've got to look at it, or just put your ear out and listen to what the Hyderabad coach has also said, because it's diametrically opposite to what is being also reported at the same time. So what he said is, and of course he's seen Tilak up close because of the Vijay Hazare trophy. So he says that it's only a minor surgery, there is nothing to worry about. In fact, it is so diametrically opposite that he feels that Tilak's going nowhere as far as the New Zealand series is also concerned. So the World Cup conversations for him in the bin, he's fine in a few days' time. 3 to 4, we're talking about weeks, 3 to 4 days is what the Hyderabad coach suggests.
I wish that is the case for the sake of Tilak, for the sake of the Indian team. I hope what the Hyderabad coach is saying is correct. But let's be a bit realistic. What else do you expect a near and dear one to say, right? They are always going to be optimistic. So my only word of caution here will be, please take the words of the near and dear one with a pinch of salt. Please, you'd have to. So that's why I'm saying you'll have to be realistic, where the recovery time of 4+ weeks is where I think India are at the moment. And if he comes before that, great. We couldn't be happier. But in the scenario, and that's the question we're raising, in the scenario, which seems to be the most obvious one, or the more probable scenario, where he may not make it in time for the World Cup, may towards a little later stage. What does the Indian team do? Keep having him in the team and play without him, and change the batting order with the squad that you have? Because you remember, if he is going to be available for majority of the tournament, you will not want to make a replacement, because once you pull a player out, he can't go back in. So I think even in the worst case scenario, you're not looking at a replacement for Tilak Varma in the World Cup squad, because once you replace him, he can't come back, and I don't think that's the risk you're running. At least that's what I feel. Are you guys also on the same page?
100%. Also, if you're going by an optimistic timeline over here, which is 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks is exactly when you will be playing your first match against the USA. you would have played by now, 7th of February next month. So even if Tilak Varma is not available for the first match, I've got another couple of days. I'm saying even for the second match, if I'm just taking some sort of a cushion as well, and let's say if there's some sort of a delay. Third match, possibly against Namibia, if I'm not wrong.
The third match is against
Which
Pakistan.
was the squad, the India squad.
So that one per se. If third one's Pakistan, then I need a Tilak Varma. And also now I'm pretty sure as well that he would have had enough time to recover. I'm not running, it'll be very foolhardy that for two rather easy games of my group stage, if I'm fretting over him not being available and I put somebody in who's not been around the T20 team for now, then that's foolhardy. But because two matches, I need not worry about much. Pakistan again, you go back to the Asia Cup, Tilak Varma was the one who won it against Pakistan for you back then. If I'm able to have him back, and if medical science also suggests past case studies, whatever, that 4 weeks, make that 5 and you have him ready for the Pakistan game, I take that. I don't replace him because the technical committee rules clearly state that after you've crossed a certain deadline to make squad changes, then it has to go through the committee and a replaced player cannot be drafted back again. So no way am I doing anything to Tilak Varma.
I think the time we are taking to find India's squad, I think selectors took a shorter time to finalize the squad. So, okay, that's the Indian squad. We've got Suryakumar, Yadav, Abhishek, Tilak Varma, there's Sanju, Shivam Dubey, Ishan, Kishan. I think, see, as things stand, I also, as I said, I don't think India, even if it's the worst case scenario of 4 to 5 weeks, you're not going to remove Tilak. I think you have the backup of an Ishan Kishan, who probably wouldn't have made the 11 because Sanju was going to open, so he was going to be a backup. I think Ishan Kishan quite comfortably fits into the scheme of things as number 3, so no worry there. I think India are sorted on that front. Now that takes me to the next question, which is New Zealand series, right? Yeah. It does seem unlikely that Tilak will be able to play the New Zealand series. What do you do now? You'll have to find a replacement there.
Correct.
In the T20s. Yeah. Who's your replacement there?
Shreyas Iyer. Easy. Number 3-4 batter. It's probably the one player who has been very unfortunate to miss out on squads because you couldn't quite frankly make an opening. The situation calls for him. Not a guarantee he'll even play because you might want to, if you're going to say that, for 2-3 games you may not have a Tilak ready, what's the harm in trying out an Ishan Kishan or even, dare I say, a Washington Sundar, who might be on your bench, considering Axar would be your first spin bowling all-rounder, but Washington has batted 3 or 4 for Gujarat Titans.
No, that's a fair thing. You can play Washington, as I said, as a backup. You've got Ishan. But I was saying, for the squad, you will need a
Shreyas.
Yeah.
Has to be Shreyas.
So because Washington is your squad already. So
yes, I would say Shreyas. He may not play. That's the thing, because I think they'd want to test out one of the other guys, but Shreyas Iyer.
Okay.
I may not necessarily be making any additions at the moment to the squad.
You see, in
I'll
New
tell you
Zealand,
why.
You'll get another. I'm not saying you play the.
Yeah.
There is no restriction on number
bilaterals
of people.
anyway.
Yeah. Agreed.
So you will, if let's say Tilak is not there, it always gives you a chance to have another name come into the squad.
And I have a name from the 15 that we see on the screen over here.
But those 15 will always be there.
You have a 14. That's my point.
Yeah. See, again, you don't necessarily have to. I have a feeling, and I think, I'll buy that.
No, I think if Tilak is not there, they will have a 15-member squad. They will have somebody.
However, again, whether it's Shreyas
whether
or not,
you need it or not is another debate, as I said.
I firmly believe don't necessarily need to.
No, that's
And if
fine.
I'm just looking at filling in the 11
in Washington,
from keeping an eye on the T20 World Cup, then I'm either playing a Washi or I'm playing a Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan.
No, that we've already Harshit.
Yeah, I already established that.
Exactly that. That the team is, the World Cup team is that. In New Zealand also you do it, but you will need a replacement. No, you'll have a 15-member squad. Whether you play the 15th member in or not is another debate. No,
irrelevant. Usually keep it.
Ashwin recently suggested that you don't even need a backup wicketkeeper in the 15 because India tournament you can just call anyone. I just feel you don't need to touch anything over here. And
but you're not understanding. Nobody is asking.
Yeah,
okay, anyway, I'll answer.
Hypothetically,
if there is no Tilak Varma, there'll be a 15th member in the squad. That's the question. We're not making the 11. Have we been making a 11? You put Washington there. You put Ishan. You get XYZ to come into the squad.
Could be Yadav to bat at number 4 for
that's irrelevant. Anyway, That's what I'm asking. That's another question. Thank you, Shivam, for posing that question. I'll try and answer that question because Harshit will process it for some time. Who should be replacement for Tilak Varma in the New Zealand T20 eyes? That's a question, and I think Shubman Gill will be a name that you can look at.
I mean, he'll be looked at for sure.
I
He
don't
just about
think
missed
so.
out on the cusp of the squad. No, I'm not saying he should be there, but let's be fair.
Even I'm not saying he should be there, but you think his name is not going to be discussed?
Of course.
It will only be a murmur, I feel.
It'll be
a
stronger
murmur.
than a
So
murmur.
coming back to that question, who will be the 15th member?
Perhaps if you're looking at again, Shreyas Iyer is a very strong name
Okay,
to have
sure.
to come up, and I think rightly so as well. While Gill's now like a story that you will have to forget for a while, and T20 cricket specifically, you've taken a big call on him, and if there's a Shreyas Iyer who's back fit, now you're vice captain in ODIs as well, and you're looking at him in the leadership group. T20 cricket, he was just unfortunate to miss out last year, having shown such good form again, up the ante, all those runs that he'd scored in the IPL as well. It was just unfortunate you couldn't accommodate him. At the moment when the stocks are low for Shubman Gill, you have to be looking at a Shreyas Iyer much more. This now becomes the opportunity. Whether he features in the 11 or not is something you can talk about later, because that I may have a different take on, because Shreyas is not going to be looked at when you talk about the tournament per se. But if this is about, somebody getting a chance or just fortune smiling on somebody, then it must smile on Shreyas Iyer.
So I mean, I thought Shivam will show us, but let me show you the New Zealand squad anyway. It is exactly the same as the World Cup squad. You've got Sky, Axar, Abhishek, Sharma, Hardik, Sanju, Samson. You've got Ishan, Kishan. There's Tilak Varma there. Shivam Dube, Rinku Singh, Jasprit, Bumrah, Varun Chakravarti, Arshdeep Singh, Kuldeep Yadav, Harshit Rana and Washington Sundar. So that's your squad for the New Zealand T20Is. The first game, of course, is Wednesday, 21st of January. That's where the first T20I will be.
21st, 23rd, 25th, 28th, 31st.
Yeah, he's just drafted a mail on that. So I know he's well versed with all the teams. So again, as I said, if Tilak doesn't make it, I don't know what to make. See, in Shubman's case, I kind of agree that the fact that he was not included in India's T20 World Cup squad was a sort of an admission by the Indian board that, see, sometimes, for example, I give you Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer didn't make it because they could not find a space for him.
Correct.
So it's not that they thought Shreyas wasn't good enough. It's just that the options that they went with, they thought that he was very unlucky to miss out. If there had been one more spot open, maybe Shreyas would have made it, which means that selectors were looking at him as a viable option in T20Is. He was very unlucky to miss out, I agree. In Shubman's case, that's not what it is. I think they have they may not say it, but they have really dropped him.
Yeah.
They have really dropped him from that. And so then how does he then make a comeback into the team without having... So when you drop a player, then he goes through the grind of domestic cricket, has some outstanding results, and then the slot opens up and then he makes a return. In Shubman's case, that's not happened. So in case if Shubman was to be picked for New Zealand in place of Tilak, the only question I would have is, what has really changed between that time to now? Yeah. That he was dropped from the T20s, how does he come back without really having shown us that this is the format where he's broken the door down and he's come in. So I think that's the big distinction to make, which is why I feel that Shubman coming back might be an issue. Again, as I said in the 11, we already discussed that maybe you don't even need options, you have enough that can fill in. But I think India will have a replacement, and I think I'd have to agree with them that Shreyas, who deserved to be part of that team initially, should be in the team. The problem that will happen if he comes in, that if you bring him, then how do you keep him on the bench?
No, you'll have to. Realistically, practically speaking. See, this is where it comes in, right? You brought him in because the squad spot suddenly opened up. But you're not naming him in the 15 for the World Cup. So they're not obligated to play him in this series. If anything, this is the one series you'd want the guys who are World Cup bound to be getting game time. So unless Shreyas replaces Tilak in the squad,
which, as we said,
is
won't
not
happen.
happening.
Yeah.
Even
Then-
if Tilak is to miss a couple of
Exactly.
matches.
So in that sense, yeah, it might seem a little harsh, but at least it'll also be a reminder that look, we haven't forgotten about you. He's just unfortunate.
Though,
that-
by the way, now it just struck me. Though technically, India has only announced a provisional squad. They can make
they can
as
actually
many.
make as
Yes.
many changes.
So, for example,
But-
let's say if they do think that Tilak can't make it to start with, right? Then they don't have him. They have a replacement, whoever that might be. Let's say it's Shreyas, for example. They announce that squad because then again it's fluid. No, when he'll be fit. If you're fighting again, you start that. As and when he's available, he passes the fitness test. He does the matches. You can always make that replacement. Then you can afford to make a replacement where Tilak then comes in as a replacement. The player who goes out doesn't play.
So then you will have to fake an injury, na?
Just
When has that stopped anyone?
okay, so there is a Instagram story that Tilak Varma has put out just as we speak. Here it is. He says, thank you for all the overwhelming love already on the road to recovery, and I'll be back on the field sooner than you know it. Okay, that's a no, but it's also
Pretty much confirms what we knew.
yeah. I
some
mean,
ways.
also like a positive way of saying it. I hope. I mean, there's no timeline to it, but hopefully he'll be back.
I think that last line's there for a reason. He must have also read those reports. See, again, if you can
But
control,
can I be-
if you can control the narrative, you will. Simple as that.
But again, I'm not sure that any one of them can really guarantee when he's going to come back.
Of course.
Not even DB Ravi Teja.
You're right. Can't. Nobody can. He was watching the dugout. That's why he put this out. Achha.
Can we say that with conviction?
No, he's
I
joking.
love that.
He's obviously
Tilak.
joking. He's obviously
Yeah,
joking.
is there Desmond Haynes, Sachin Tendulkar, Brian Lara, all these stalwarts who
Rahul, not
watch
Dravid.
Greg Chappell.
Greg Chappal.
Greg
Ajib
Chappal.
Agarkar.
cricketing universe has its eyes on us.
Oh God.
So going back to that, technically, India can look to do that.
Yeah, but when does that loophole close?
31st January.
So they can actually. They actually technically
And then we up to naughty business later on.
side strains.
Yeah. I think it is 31st. No, am I right? Deadline I think is 31st Jan if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, see, either which way, I don't think they'll replace him though, unless things are very grave.
Yeah.
At this point, I doubt they'll even go that route, and that's why I think even if a Shreyas or whoever they bring in comes in, he'll get to be on the bench. Travel with
Yeah,
the team.
31st January.
There we go.
Okay.
So you can make as many changes, and this is not counted as a replacement or.
That's only once the 7 day that threshold is
Correct.
left.
So you announce the replacement. He's the part of the squad. He continues to play, and then when Tilak has gone through the test and you're 100% sure he's fit. See, to that extent, I think in Tilak's case as well, they don't have to hurry into deciding that now.
Yeah,
You're
have
sitting
time.
in 8th of Jan, right? So you can
You would
look
have
at
played
it
the 50-20 by then.
2-3 weeks you can look at, and then till 31st anyway you can make as many changes.
Yeah, I mean, see, by the time they really have to make that change, it'll be the time when we'll be getting that very important SMS in our phones. Salary credited.
Every month you get it.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I'm
saying
saying.
as if it's like once a year.
No, I'm
sort
saying
of
that's the time of the month. I was very clear. Of course, we
That
get paid
time of the
every
month.
month.
That time of the
That
month.
time of the month, not that kind of time.
No, but it
Don't
won't
naughty.
be 31st. It'll be
This time it'll be
30th.
earlier.
30th is 31st is Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Yeah.
He remembers everything.
No, he's kidding about, but even I check.
SIP payments are due. right?
Yeah.
He does a lot
Bill
of
payments also. Bill payments.
Does a lot of
I don't know
investment.
if he does those. I do. So
SIP. Yeah.
SIP bill payments running a household.
No, that you. So everyone has to. Do you do investments like him?
Yes.
Shares and all that.
Shares no. SIPs yes. That is a necessity. So.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
That's my New Year resolution. I better start investing in things.
Flexi cap funds, I'll tell you.
Please tell. Or our viewers, some knowledgeable ones can also tell us. Okay. Harshit got a new car. I haven't seen it as yet. Congratulations.
Nice.
We'll go today.
Today we'll go and see. He's got a new car. Yeah. Please congratulate him.
Thank you, guys.
One before we go, your guy, Delhi Capitals guy, is rocking it.
Oh,
AUQIB NABI.
AUQIB NABI
batting at
Dhar.
number 10, yeah, he scores a century.
AUQIB NABI Dhar batting at number 10, 114 of 82 balls at a strike rate of 140 has won his team the Vijay Hazare match. Are you happy?
Of course.
Got the right guy. True all-rounder, huh?
True all-rounder.
True all-rounder.
Much of the talk though about him even going into the auction was for his ability to make the ball talk, especially the new one. He was good in the Ranji as well, people tend to forget.
Yeah.
And yeah, Esmat also was just lighting things up. So very excited. Hopefully again this isn't a story of a T Natarajan where a nearly 10 crore buy only finds himself on the bench. I hope that's not the story.
Two great buys they've had this year. Prithvi Shaw and
Prithvi Shaw and AUQIB
I'll
NABI.
get myself a coffee.
No, the other
You
one
wait
was,
and watch.
The
Prithvi
other one
will-
was Patum.
I hope you guys
Patum.
stand.
Patum, I agree.
I hope you guys stand corrected.
Patum though also, I'm a huge fan. Yeah. What a batter. Patum Nissan.
Pathum Nisanka, absolutely. Duckett also, this time
Duckett also. Though he's had a poor.
Yeah.
Just don't talk too much about Nusa.
Even this guy I was reading a report. Harry Brook,
Yeah, he was punched by a
nightclub
right?
bouncer hours before captaining England.
And an ODI match. No?
ODI.
It's like crazy. What is up with these guys? Does not get enough. I'm sorry, you're living in England. I refuse to believe there's a lack of alcoholic beverages that you have access to. What is the thrill about I'll go in Wellington and get drunk and then get punched by a guy?
No, maybe he gets drunk in England as well.
Very recently, I heard this on some interview or some podcast. One of the members of the Ashes, famous Ashes series when in 2005, says that, we'd gone down to 10 Downing Street after that.
Flintoff.
Yeah, it was Flintoff.
Yeah,
I saw that.
And they were
everyone-
absolutely
He
out
was
of it.
sozzled. And he kept drinking for 3 days.
Yeah. He we come out of the pub, whatever, we black out for most of us. Like we're going down to 10D and this people...
Oh, they went and met the Queen.
Yeah, first 10 Downing Street,
Yeah.
then the
Then
Queen.
the Queen.
So the point that I'm trying to get to, he says that we get to 10D and then there's a couple of these guys who's going around peeing in the garden.
Yeah.
Well, best thing.
Also, the way that we saw Grealish as well drinking around. That guy was unstoppable.
No, but UK really has a drinking problem
Yeah.
as a country. There are lots of issues there.
No, but you see, the problem with them is they're loud and boisterous. Yeah. You know what's Travis Head's reaction, right? When he was told about this entire bender, he's like, "Oh man, I'm jealous." His exact words. He's like, "I'm jealous." He's saying we've done similar things on tours and we've never been told anything. So they're just very good at kind of hiding it a little bit. But yeah, England does have a drinking problem in more ways than one.
I mean, because there's really a lot of articles and things like that.
Yeah, but pub culture is so ingrained in how they consume everything, really, especially sport.
Yeah, but pub culture being like a casual evening drink to binge drinking are two different things. Like,
but then
earlier it was like, okay, a couple of drinks after work sort of a thing, to now drinking the entire night away.
Binge drinking.
That is the problem. I mean, that culture starts from that village pub. One village pub has, and everyone meets in the night and has a drink or two and then has dinner, or they've already had dinner, go to sleep. That's changed. Anyway, yes, let's go.
Pushpavati says, Tilak's health, we can take a call around Feb 3 or 4. We can wait in these 5 T20s. Iyer should play number 3, all 5 T20s. Tilak has minor or major surgery.
Yeah, but on that front now, this is what we discussed. If Iyer does come into the squad, would it be wise to play Iyer, or you might as well play an Ishan or a Washington or whatever, because they are going to be 100% there in the T20 World Cup. That may not be the case with Iyer. So again, the other school of thought could be maybe play Iyer, because if you're not 100% certain about Tilak, then you need an Iyer to be there. Again, different thought processes, but I tend to tilt to the side that if Tilak is not there, and looks like he'll make the T20 World Cup even if he misses New Zealand, in that case let Ishan play, because you might need him in the T20 World Cup.
Pushpavati back says that football failures in India has become political and about blaming the AIFF. Do you really believe in that? What are players contributing in Indian football and in international games? Did they perform? They're also accountable. Easy to put the blame on government and AIFF. Oh, please.
No. It's, see, again, you're a product of the system. It's not that there isn't enough talent. I agree players wouldn't have lived up to it, but there have been moments where, like Steve March was there, players were happy, team was doing good, you fired him, you sometimes don't make players available for camps if they don't have a league. So there are lots of issues there as well.
I firmly believe, this is a big thing, I firmly believe that India's underdog success in 83 blinded fans toward the reality of elite sport actually is. We succeeded in an 8-team tournament, and then the belief was if they could do it, why can't you? Football is played in every corner of the world, and every country is miles ahead of you.
But I don't think anyone's expecting you to win the football.
No, not even win the Football World Cup. They're saying, what have they done in international level? It's impossible. Yeah. Even in Asia, we are nowhere close to being anywhere near the best. Yeah. And in Asia also, I've seen the best of Asian teams look ordinary in World Cups. Yeah. Really ordinary.
That's fine, but Shane, there are countries having the population lesser than that of Delhi
but
qualify.
There is a difference.
But again, if you're telling me independent India, you've not been able to have the culture, infra all together for you to put together a team that consistently qualifies for the AFC Cup. Exactly, which is the big failure. Yeah. I'm not saying FIFA, forget FIFA World Cup qualification, but AFC Asian Cup you're not qualifying now.
I refuse to believe that you can't put together a team of good 15 players.
You just don't have the
place. See, and a lot of things are an issue, like it's like coaching at the grassroots level. See, the sport evolves, it moves fast, right? So what happens is your training methods need to change, the way you're playing the sport, all that, and that's not percolating down to grassroots, and so for that there has to be a succession plan, how you go from one step to another. All of that isn't there. Just put a system in place. As I said, you don't have to make it a mass sport, even if you keep it to a niche level in pockets where people are interested, but follow the right methodology. I think there is scope.
In fact, also on international front, part of the reason I do understand the criticism of players not performing at the end, but if these players are virtually jobless at the domestic level, they're not playing competitive football, they're not training properly, salaries are stopped.
That's now. But they've had jobs, they've gotten. But I'm just saying, you are happy. See, you are happy. How many times do you participate in international tournaments? How often do you travel? You are happy in this little pond that you have. You keep playing amongst yourself. You get a salary and you're happy, right? There is a reason, and that's why you look at teams like Afghanistan or Bangladesh who have now become better than you in football also. Why? Because their players, they go abroad, they grind it out. They don't have a system in their own country. They play C divisions in some European country, and so exposure is greater. The kind of football they're playing is tougher. Then they come back every year to play for their national team, and then they put the team together, it looks better.
Of course it is. It's that human psychology, as they say, that you're the average of the 5 people who are the closest to you. That's what they say. As Chetri, I remember, had said something very similar about Indian football. He said, you make a Bayern Munich from Germany, you put them here, make them play here for 2 years. That's it. Put them in the ISL for 2 years. They're not winning the league once they go back the third year, because you become an average product of your surroundings.
Correct.
And see, the problem there is a lot of other nations have taken out other ways, inventive ways. Look what Morocco have done. Pretty much anyone who lives overseas and is Moroccan, they tell them come play for us. They've opened that door. India, the situation is so complex when it comes to OCIs and PIOs that it's virtually impossible. It's impossible.
You had that Australian guys thing delayed now because of
we'll have a dugout on this.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
A dugout tomorrow or something.
Pushpavati once again says, addressing it to the entire panel, do you really believe that because of impact player we're not getting all-rounders, then why from 2015 to 2021 when there was no impact rule, only Hardik, Pandya came through? Easy to put the blame on the impact rule?
No, I'm not. I don't think, see again, impact rule has just come. For a country, we're not producing all-rounder. Any rule, if there is going to be repercussion, it will take years for it to show.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. You can't put it on the impact player rule. I'm saying now, from here on, you will not encourage all-rounders going forward. Yeah. That's the issue.
And you do have a couple of all-rounders within your system even now. You've got an NKR who belly bowls for his franchise. Shivam Dubey, who's taking the new ball for you in an Asia Cup final, belly bowls for his franchise. There's a Ramandeep Singh, who also belly bowls for his franchise. Why? Because there's no need to bowl him. A Venkatesh Iyer belly bowled for his franchise. Why? Because there's no need to bowl him. You can rely on your specialist.
Correct.
So that rot will settle in 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Dhanush says that Shreyas replaces Tilak. Coach GG had no success without Shreyas, IPL and international. IPL 22 and 23, Iyer's not in test team. GG became worst India test coach. I cannot make head or tail of this.
No, he says.
He's saying his success has always been around Shreyas. I think that's the point he's trying to make.
2025.
He's saying he needs.
Shreyas.
GG needs Shreyas.
Yeah.
It could be the other way around also.
Yeah, whichever way you look at it.
Maybe they need each other. Cue the Titanic memes. Rakesh Bhushan says that why do selectors in India shy away from saying that a player is dropped? The great Kapil Dev was dropped for playing recklessly in 1984 home series versus England. So why not Gill? The selectors should be transparent.
No one remembers that chaos in Kolkata.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And that is the same couple who just a year prior had led you to the World Cup.
Yeah. He had the most stupendous year, I think, as far as I think it was 83 only. Just the year before this one that he registered. I think it's a record unbroken till now, 1,000 runs and in a calendar year and 50 wickets as well. Nobody's been able to replicate that till now.
Okay.
Rakesh once again saying Vaibhav Suryavanshi is rocking it at all levels with immense consistency and great innings in England, Australia, South Africa and even the IPL. I'd rate him at 15 way ahead of Sachin when he was 15. Oof. Nikhil, what do you think? Apple to apple?
See, two things. One, I think Sachin was rated very highly also because of his skills in red ball cricket. So I haven't seen enough of Vaibhav there. So if he was to do it in red ball cricket as well, then I'd put him there. But I must also admit that what he's doing at 15 is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I haven't seen anyone do that. Prithvi was that other talent at a very young age. We knew about him and he was smashing the ball. But even he wasn't even close to what Vaibhav is doing. So
not this consistency.
There was a Rishabh Pant as well, youth ODIs. Even he was
not this
sort
what
of.
He is doing.
But he's taken it to another level altogether.
He's really a freak of nature in that sense with the way he's batting. I completely agree. But I think his bigger, see in Sachin's case, what had happened was that even when he debuted at 16, he did not look like fish out of water. Right now he's doing it in youth cricket and he's done it to an extent in IPL. I want to see, because there have been certain important matches which he's been part of, and when it came to the crunch games he really didn't did not perform the way that you expected him to be. So I think he needs to, in terms of talent, it's out there for everyone to say, and it's a freak of a performance that he comes up with. So his talent, I agree, something that we've never seen before. But I think the whole package, I need to see a bit more to
I think this year's IPL
Sachin
will be very interesting to watch.
Because
last year, remember, he got an opportunity only when they were pretty much down and out of the tournament. And then when no one was expecting him to slam to that 100 against Gujarat Titans. Can he do it now when he's consistently
put him on
playing?
the map? He's not relented. Simple as that.
No, that's true.
Exactly. There's only been ascendancy to his career since that point.
Agreed.
Rakesh Bhushan says again that there's been talks of Ravi Shastri coaching England. How true is that? If he agrees, he needs to tutor extra to Harry Brook on drinking sensibly, and none better than Ravi.
Rakesh, you're being naughty. You're being absolutely naughty.
It's not just Harry Brook, by the way. Everyone in that team needs to be learned out of control.
But again, the Ravi Shastri thing was not a statement that came out from the ECB or any officials as such. It was just a suggestion made.
But KP, wasn't it?
No, not KP. I think somebody else made that.
Monty.
I think Monty made that suggestion.
I remember now.
So just that. And then the talk started. Why not? Not a bad idea.
He would be a very good get for them.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Be a good coach. He did good with India, so no reason to doubt that he can't do good with England.
Absolutely.
Good, but I don't think there was any serious discussion within the ECB.
Yeah. Right now, there's no serious discussion about having Baz out.
That may change.
That might. At least they've said that they're going to have.
Well, not just that. Baz has come out publicly. He's borrowed from the Ruben Amorim playbook and said, I'm not going to be told what to do. He's basically saying, if you don't want me here, sack me. Give me my payoff.
He should be, ideally.
I would agree.
Yeah, you didn't win in India. You only drew the test series or the Ashes at home. You horribly lost.
England, India again.
Exactly. You horribly lost in Australia now. So, how big a rope do you get?
No New Zealand, no party for baseball. That's true.
Yeah.
Best showings have come against them. Them in Pakistan on placid tracks.
Correct.
Steve Tickler is a comment for you.
Nix, you invest in depreciating assets like Gucci jacket, super bikes, LV shoes. Only appreciating investment is an old Agreed, Steve. I'll agree with you on that. I'm learning my lesson, and this year I'm going to change. And I'm going to. Very good point. No, Steve. When if he's speaking the truth, he's speaking the truth. I have to agree with what he's
keeping a close eye on your wardrobe.
No.
And Instagram.
He's a well-wisher. Well-wisher. He wants me to
invest in appreciating
this year
assets.
is I've downloaded the app also where I'm going to be
ET money.
No, I don't.
They don't give names, you know, who owns that company, right?
I've got, no, it's not that. Nice. One of my friends suggested. So I've logged into that. I've not started investing, but I'm going to. Okay, Shivam is saying gold and silver. I think silver, I missed the bus.
Yeah, so, but silver at this point, the prices are
but
matching gold.
that's what I'm saying. For now, I missed the bus because now is not the time to get in. Okay, I mean, a couple of years ago, yeah, sure.
Even 12 months back.
12 months back.
12 months. Don't even have to go that back.
That's what I'm saying. Missed the
now no. The crypto bubble burst, so don't go there.
But silver won't be that.
Silver's Silver's obviously an appreciating asset by
it's just
default.
The pace
anyway.
might drop, but
It's been freaky what's happened with silver, and
correct.
history.
But it kind of makes sense.
History suggests that it always has flattened out. It's not seen the kind of peak that it has, but there have been times you've seen the percentage increase in a calendar year, which was greater this time, but it's flattened out rather quickly.
There's a reason for that. Right now,
point.
you're going through very economically uncertain times. So any asset that can appreciate is going up like crazy. So it's not just even gold, silver, other things where the prices are shooting. Veshak CV with a very interesting one. Asks, is Stark the greatest cricketer of this era?
Ooh.
That's a separate debate altogether.
How many did he finish with? 31?
Of this era, we'll also have Virat
the Fab
Kohli, Steve Smith, Joe Root. Not an easy one, yeah.
Very tough. Very tough.
Not an easy one.
Very tough.
It's a toughie.
Yep. Temba Bavuma.
Kane. Bumrah.
Jasprit Bumrah.
That's a separate dugout.
Yeah?
It is.
Very tough.
Very, very tough.
Crazy.
Okay. Amay Shukla, why is the BCCI acting like the weakest board, and even the decision they have taken in recent past, some officials are not even asked before taking some decision, they are just informed as per a report. I'm not sure. You're right. I think that I'll have to agree with. BCCI doesn't seem as strong as it used to be at one point. That clearly has diluted. There is a vacuum there in leadership, maybe because you don't have enough people that are well versed with the workings of cricketing matters and cricketing administration. And in those days you used to have, nowadays you have people getting posts like out of nowhere. Whereas at one point you used to have people who worked for years at different levels to move up.
True.
Agreed.
That's really changed. I agree on that. Completely agree. Donald wants to know your semis pick. Oh, it's too early. Anything I say now will just be
used to beat you with later.
Just a guess. I don't want to do that now. I think closer to the tournament, end of Jan, I think is a good time.
We will be doing that.
We will do that.
Yeah.
And because we want to have a more informed opinion,
Yeah.
not just on top of my head.
Yeah, because there are a lot of teams right now who are still playing their final series and everything before the World Cup.
If just like off the cuff, just I had to say, I mean, I'd obviously pick Australia, I'd obviously pick India in there. I'd be tempted to pick South Africa in there as well. So those are three teams.
Priyanshu, the question for you, please answer.
I wants to know. You can
You can just deny. It's okay.
When he wants to know, sab kuch le liya. When are you going to get married?
No idea.
No idea. There you go. You got your answer. Tariq says Ruturaj deserved a T20 World Cup spot.
I'm definitely not waiting for DC to win the IPL or United to win their next title.
No,
That's not happening.
Exactly. So I'm not going to say any of that.
DC might win it before United, if I'm being honest with you.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Actually, yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Though I'd have it the other way.
You think United will win a title before French?
I'm saying though I'd have it the other way.
Oh, that way. Sure. Okay. Cool.
Did you answer that? Aditya Kavlekar is being naughty in his question. I'm not answering that at all.
I'm not answering that either.
Okay. Anshu Mishra is saying, Nikhil sir, please bring Shams sir on the show for one day. He's a great storyteller. His passion for cricket is outstanding. In fact, it doesn't even feel like he isn't not a sport. I agree. He is a massive follower of cricket. I've done Hindi shows with him on cricket multiple times. But yeah, can do that. We can.
I really want back Arshdeep, sir. Whenever he's here next.
Yeah, we do get Rajdeep whenever he's here. Absolutely.
He's in a ranty mood in particular, like he was last time.
Yeah. Yes. No, he follows cricket regularly. Every team, every player. Non-India cricket also he watches. So, you didn't answer that question about Ruturaj. Somebody had said.
Very tough to fit him. You
Because
can't fit in a
options,
Shreyas.
no?
Exactly, you can't fit a Shreyas and
So between Shreyas and Ruturaj.
Shreyas.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. In fact, as Meel Singh asked, uska kya kasoor hai? The problem is that there's too many options in that place.
Also, when you're looking at formats again, ODI comes first to Ruturaj.
Yeah, he's got the most number of Vijay Hazare hundreds now, 15.
Yeah.
No, he got 100 in
100
the
as
last
well,
ODI
yeah,
game as well.
yeah.
Still got dropped. So, it's just the nature of the beast, man.
Yep. Okay, on that note, we'll take your leave. Sarfraz smash 13-1 over.
He's been on one ever since he got that CSK call.
Abhishek was the bowler?
Abhishek Sharma. Oh.
A funny one also, Arjun Tendulkar got Prithvi Shaw out. They're like childhood friends also.
Yeah.
Where was that game happening?
I don't know where it was happening. It was Goa, Maharashtra, in Jaipur. There we go.
In Jaipur. Interesting. Very.
Able to kill
Samson
also.
might want to check out a few resorts over there. Now.
He's engaged to be married. Yeah.
Yeah, March first week this year.
So just before the IPL.
Okay, guys. Take care. Bye.
Nandreed is Shubhratri, Shabba Khair, eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother and subscribe to Sports Today.
And watch more content.
Please, there's a lot of stuff up on the channel.
Dekho na, guys. Dekho na. We have so much content. Dekho na, guys. Dekho na. Okay, guys. Dekho na. Bye.
Bye.